Man United, it was a smash and grab.
I just like the look of him. I'm
You
not.
like the name as well, don't you?
I like the name of it. I like the name of it as well.
Push for tips. Push for tips.
Welcome to Weekend Wager, where every Friday afternoon we use in-depth stats and razor-sharp analysis to unearth the best value bets from the sporting weekend. I'm Quaker Afari, and helping me this week is the Sun's Deputy Head of Sport, Dean Scoggins, and a man who's so deep in the game he eats odds for breakfast. It's Betfair's Sam Rosbottom. Sam will be judging which of our punts are most on the money and, of course, revealing some hidden value wagers of his own. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you think of our bets in the comments below.
Told you I was right.
Gentlemen, great to have you with us this week. Dino in studio. I'm going to start calling him Remote Rosbottom. Didn't fancy it this week then, Sam?
Guys, it's another big week of racing with the Aintree Grand National Festival. So I'm coming to you live from the Northwest. My ends, shall we say. Really looking forward to some excellent racing once again.
I need to get one of these for myself at home where I can just have Sam appear on the wall behind me whenever I need him. That's exactly what we need.
We all need one of those.
Push for tips. Push for tips.
That's it.
Last time out, gents, you had a very successful week. Without me, I might take more time off in the future. 3 out of your 6 bets came in. Tonio Foke with a shot in the dark. What do they say?
Well, you're under pressure now, aren't you? An 11-1 shot from Tony last week.
A dead clock is right twice a day. Obviously, your Van Hecker bet came in, Sam. Clive at 3 or more fouls for you, Dino. So a very, very good week for the weekend wager.
It was, and do you know what? We were actually a bit closer to even more than that, because one of Sam's picks, Tavernier, didn't play, which was a bit unlucky. One of mine was Morgan Gibbs-White for 3 shots on target. He had 1 on target and 2 blocked. So we were very close to even more. It was good fun betting, good fun.
And also, Sam, your IPL bet came in as well. He's truly the guru when it comes to this.
Yeah, it was a great weekend, and fingers crossed, more of the same this weekend.
It was indeed, Sam. And as always, let us know down below in the comments if you had any winners.
Told you I was right.
Okay, gentlemen, first game for us. Aston Villa host Nottingham Forest. 2 sides that will be hoping to qualify for the Champions League next season. Both had good results midweek as well. It was a good win for Forest at home against Manchester United. The revenge of the ex, Anthony Elanga, came back to burn his old side. And Aston Villa with a resounding 3-0 victory away at Brighton. Dino, what have you got for us in this one?
Yeah, probably Villa's best performance, certainly away Premier League performance of the season so far. If I was picking a game to go to this weekend as a neutral, it would be Villa Forest. Villa have stacks of shots at home. Now, here's a stat for you, okay? 225 shots in 15 Premier League games, averaging 15 a game at Villa Park, okay? But Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, probably the goalkeeper of the season so far. So I'm going Matt Sells for 3 or more saves. Also, if by any chance Sells doesn't play, as our bets last week, it actually is the goalkeeper, whoever's in goal for Forest. But Matt Sells, 3 or more saves at 6-5, with Rashford flying, Asensio flying. You know, Villa are great to watch. Don't forget Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers. I'm quite confident with this one, I think.
I don't hate it. Normally when it's me and Will in the chairs of Weekend Wager, it's normally a bit of friction between us, but I do like your bets. I've gone pretty straightforward though. I've gone Aston Villa to win and both teams to score 13-5. It's been documented how good Villa have been under Unai Emery this season. Maybe the league form has been up and down, but since losing to Arsenal in their first home league game this season, Villa are unbeaten at home in 14 games, which is a pretty formidable record. It's not an easy ground to go to. And Forest away goals per game ratio, which is 1.73, is their 3rd best in the top flight season. So I do expect there to be goals in this one, but I expect Villa to just inch it.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Nuno's got them set up so well defensively. But look, there's a big sort of atmosphere between these two clubs. They both like to say they're the big club of the Midlands, away from the Manchester boys and the London boys. So East Mids, West Mids, Derby, the crowd will be really up for it. And obviously Champions League coming next week, the atmosphere that comes with that. I just see excitement, I see goals, I see the likes of Anthony Elanga charging through as well. So yeah, I don't dislike that at all either.
Sam, I'm going to throw it to you. Saturday 5:30 kickoff, we've got Dino with Matt Sells, 3 or more saves at 6-5. Myself, Aston Villa to win at both teams to score 13-5. Which one of those bets do you like? And you've got any hidden value for us?
You know what? I know you're going to hate me for this, Kwaku, but I just can't side with any team in this one. I think with Villa having that incredible quarter-final in the Champions League, massive, massive game for them, I'm sure they'll have one eye on that. I know this is at home. Forest are doing so well out in the league. They're an awful team to play against. My boys, Man City, found that one out, didn't they, not too long ago? So I'm going to side with Dino on this one. I really, really love this bet, actually, Dino. And I'm pretty jealous that I've not shouted this up myself because I think it's a great shout, dipping into the goalkeeper saves market. Another one of those really unique markets where you can find lots of value, just like this one. 3 or more saves for the Forest keeper, I think is great value. Looking at something else that I like, you've already mentioned him a few times, Anthony Elanga. He did the business for Forest against his old club last time out. I'm sticking with him in this one, but I'm siding with him to have just 1 or more shots on target at 5-4. I think that price is pretty generous when you look at the stats. He's had 4 shots in his last 3 matches, all of which were on target, and I think he's going to do the same again on Saturday.
I like it. Forest wide men are dangerous, aren't they? In Hudson-Odoi and Elanga. Of course, Elanga got on the score sheet. So I do like that one, Sam. As always, if you're having a bet this weekend, please play responsibly and take time to think. Visit begambleaware.org.
Told you I was right.
All right, gents, the big one this Sunday, 4:30, the Manchester derby. Manchester United hosting Man City. United, of course, lost midweek against Nottingham Forest. Sam's beloved Man City with a 2-0 win against Leicester.
I'm smiling here already. He's already teeing up his Man City bets here. Look at this.
He can't help himself. Dino, what you got for us in this one?
Well, I like City in this as well. I mean, Man United, it was a smash and grab at the Etihad before Christmas with the Amad Diallo goals, and they nicked it. Yeah, sorry, Sam. But yeah,
you have to remind me.
If we look at the stats here, Man City have won more Premier League away games against Man United than any other side. 9. Good times at Old Trafford for Sam through there. And Man United have shipped 17 in 9 under Amorim. So it looks tricky for United to me. They're getting better, but they're not quite playing as well as we'd like. So look, I'm going for goals again this weekend. I think that City will score and they'll win. So I'm going for City to win and over 1.5 goals at 7-5. And look, if City score early, that means United have got to come out a bit. Maybe City score again. So for me, 7-5 looks like a good price.
It's normally a bit more combative when we're in here. I don't hate that at all, but it is the weekend wager, and I've gone a little bit, I don't know, left field with this one because I do understand that City are the favourites going into it, but I've gone straight forward. Manchester United win 2-1, and I know that Sam's going to hate it. I know he's probably going to pick your bet, Dino. I've gone against his beloved side, but if you look at the stats, Man City have lost 6 of their last 11 away Premier League matches. That's as many as they lost in their previous 37 away matches combined, which tells you that they've not been on form this season, especially away from home. And Ruben Amorim, he's just got that stardust, that magic dust against Man City. He beat them, of course, the Sporting Lisbon manager in the Champions League, winning 4-1. And as you mentioned previously, Dino, he won with Manchester United at the Etihad 2-1 earlier this season.
And 2-1's a good price for a home side. Like, you know, that is fair. But yeah, I'm going to let Sam do the business.
I would agree with you, but there's a man that probably doesn't agree with me, Sam Rosbottom. Which one of those bets do you like best?
I mean, you both make really convincing arguments. Like, like you say, Ruben Amorim's certainly got Man City's number this season. It is at Old Trafford. United, this is their cup final. Let's face it.
Ooh,
for them,
that's a barb there. That is a barb. Look at that.
But for City as well, this is equally a huge game, isn't it? In that race for a Champions League spot, they're no way clear when it comes to how competitive that race is heating up at the minute. So this is a huge match for them as well. But again, I'm going to have to side with Dino. I think dipping into the goals market is certainly one that I really like. I've had a look at the past 6 Premier League meetings, and I think there's been over 2.5 goals in each of those 6 matches. So I can see goals in this one. Manchester City very vulnerable at the back as well, which is why I might surprise you now with this one. Although I'm not going to side with Quaker and say United are going to win. I do think they are going to score, and I do think Bruno Fernandes is going to be absolutely key. He's their main man, isn't he? And for him to score or assist in this game, 6-4, which I think is decent value, especially if you want to include him in a bet builder. I think it's a really nice selection to do so. In all competitions, Fernandes has been involved in 19 goals in his last 18 matches at Old Trafford. Got 12 goals, 7 assists. So getting both either to score or assist on side at 6-4, I think, is pretty nice. Also, when we look at his record in Manchester derbies, in his last 2, he's either scored or assisted. So, two goal involvements in his last 2 games, and I can see him making that 3 on the bounce this weekend.
If Man United do something, it is normally Bruno Fernandes, isn't it?
Exactly.
So
if our bets to come in, I need Bruno to do something.
You do, yes.
But let us know what you think of those bets, and let us know who you'll be backing in the Premier League this weekend.
Told you I was right.
Now, gents, is the part of the show dedicated to those punters who fancy a flutter on something non-football. And of course, it's the Grand National, the nation's favourite horse race. The reason why Sam Rosbottom is not with us in the studio. Sam will, of course, be at Aintree. How excited are you about the Grand National this year, Sam?
Oh, massively excited. I think this is probably one of the standout Grand Nationals for some time. When we look at the horses that are involved, it's incredibly competitive this year. JP McManus has got his usual whole host of horses, top-class horses there. Paul Nicholls, Betfair Ambassador, has got 5 horses running in the race this year. He's really having a good crack at it. Some really top talent on show in this year's Grand National. I think it's going to be one heck of a race, as it always is.
So in the spirit of the Grand National, let's all have a pick. This is the race that everybody has a pick on. My mum, my dad, my gran. And I want to hear what you guys have picked for the biggest horse race of the year. Dino, we'll start with you.
You go me first. God, there's the pressure. Okay. Well, I was lucky enough to be in the company of some jockeys and some guests of the Randox Grand National last week. And the horse they couldn't stop talking about was Intense Raffles. Now, they like it because the ground's going to be a bit firmer. The weather's been good. It's a great jumper. And it was the favourite a couple of weeks ago in the early betting, but it's gone out slightly. So, but still at 10-1. It's still, one of the favourites. But yeah, Intense Raffles is where my money's going.
My pick is also a 10-1. I Am Maximus obviously won this race last year, won the Irish Grand National 2 years ago. Sam mentioned about JP McManus and how he's got so many horses in this race as the JP McManus owned horse. I like the look of him.
You like the name as well, don't you?
I like the name of it. I like the name of it as well. So I'm going for I Am Maximus. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, like I said, there's some really class horses in this race. It's going to be very, very competitive. Don't forget as well, if you are looking at having a bet, that we've got 6 places available each way on the Betfair Sportsbook. So at 10-1, you're going to get a little bit of a decent each way money if they run into the top 6. Looking at the top of the market, a horse that I really fancy is Stumptown at 8-1. Won very well at the Cheltenham Festival in the cross-country race. Now, we've seen in the past that is a brilliant, brilliant preparation run for the Grand National. Tiger Roll, the big example, won at the cross-country, then goes and wins the Grand National. However, looking a little bit further down the market, I did mention Betfair Ambassador Paul Nicholls has got 5 runners. Looking at some of those at a bigger price, Brave Man's Game is one of his 5 runners. Very well-experienced horse, top-class chaser. Second in the Gold Cup to Galopin de Champs. King George winner as well. Serious player for me. 33-1 each way. I think that's a really nice shout. But if you are going to have a bet in the Grand National, please do so responsibly. Make sure to take advantage of the safer gambling tools as well that are available on the Betfair website. Don't forget, 6 places each way as well. Good luck.
I just want to mention one other horse as well, is Hewick. Now, Hewick is a bit of a people's horse in this race. He was bought for a very low price, around about 850 quid, I think, and he likes a pint of Guinness afterwards. The horse likes a pint of Guinness after a race. So what a shot that would be at Aintree, a pint of Guinness with a horse celebrating.
Hewick's now gone into second favourite, actually. I think this is going to be one that's very popular on the day. Potentially the ground, because it's going to be quite nice. It's going to be good ground, could be a bit of a concern. But like you say, Dino, what a story. £800 Hewick was bought for, and it's won almost £1 million in winnings. So, I mean,
That's
if
a
it
lot of
wins the
pints of
Grand
Guinness as
National,
well,
that,
isn't there?
if it wins the Grand National, certainly a lot of pints of Guinness.
Told you I was right.
That's it for this week's episode of Weekend Wager. Make sure you give this video a like and let us know what you think of our bets in the comments below. And subscribe to Sun Sports YouTube channel to make sure you never miss an episode. Follow Sun Sport and Sun Football socials for all your latest clips and news, and we'll see you back here next week. As always, if you're having a bet this weekend, please play responsibly and take time to think. Visit begambleaware.org.